For these past several weeks, we've been hearing facts about Women's History Month, and I'm sure that we'll hear more facts today and this week. When we hear those words, we think about our own mothers, wives, daughters, other notable women throughout history. We objectively know what a woman is, but it's become increasingly common now to pretend that we don't know. This is becoming George Orwell's 1984. It's newspeak, it's gaslighting, it's activists pounding the table to declare that 2 + 2 = 5, and that does not make it so. Demands that society accept lies as facts in the name of tolerance, inclusion, and justice is anything but. It's not right, compassionate, or just. This past weekend, the NCAA allowed a man to become a national champion in women's swimming. This action was months and years in the making, and it denied that rightful place of honor to actual female athletes, several of whom were denied being named All-Americans because their place was taken by University of Pennsylvania swimmer Leah Thomas. Anyone who thinks that fairness in sports competition is the only issue here is missing the point. Months ago, teammates of Leah Thomas complained to school officials that Thomas had exposed male nudity repeatedly in their locker room. This should have been a clear-cut case of indecency and harassment, but university officials ignored the women's concerns and discomfort. Listen to women? In this case, hardly. Parents in Los Alamitos, California last month sent their 5th grade girls on a 3-day overnight school science field trip. After the weekend concluded, the girls told their parents that 3 male counselors who identify as non-binary shared those cabin quarters with the girls for each of the nights. Schools in Illinois already have similar policies, and most parents don't even know, nor will they be told by school officials lest they be accused of discrimination. In several states, including California, Washington State, and even here in Illinois, hundreds of male inmates, many of whom are serving time for sexual crimes or other crimes of violence, are self-declaring as female or non-binary, and they are getting a transfer to a women's-only facility. There's no requirement for surgery, no requirement for hormone therapy. Even if that did make the policy less bad, any sane person realizes how outrageous this is. But the practice continues and is expanding as more individuals realize what they can get away with. According to a press report, President Joe Biden is now reportedly planning, or considering, I should say, an executive order modeled after the California law, which would allow federal inmates to self-identify their gender and choose between a male or female prison. Ideas have consequences. It is a minority of vocal activists who continue to push this ideology in all levels of society, including to young school children. It's an ideology that is at war with reality, and we must stop blithely going along. We can and should be kind to individuals who suffer from gender dysphoria, but we can do so without completely and irrationally upending society, which is already happening at lightning speed. If we really believe in the protection of women and women's rights, we must acknowledge the harms being done and bring a stop to this, including the silence and passive acceptance about what's really going on. I imagine that here in this body and perhaps beyond this chamber, there will be some who will try to condemn me and my words, but I'd like to close with these words by columnist Selwyn Duke, and he quotes, "The further a society drifts from the truth, the more it will hate those that speak it." Thank you.